Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn algebra. Today is our lesson number 197. Day 197. We are in the process of solving word problems from day 101 through 200. And today is our 97th day of solving a word problem. The problem for today is already on the blackboard. I'm going to read it to you. It says, if 210 is added to a certain number, so we have some number and we're going to add 210 to it, then we are told that if that were the case, the result that we're going to get, the result obtained, is going to be 6 times the amount by which the number exceeds 50. It's going to be 6 times the amount by which number exceeds 50. If we were to add 210 to the number. The question simply is, what is that number? Find it. So here's the solution. Pause the video if you like, solve it yourself, and then resume it after you have the answer, and compare your work against the work that you and I are going to do together just now. Here we go. Here's the solution. Let's pretend that the number is x. The number that we're looking for, let's call it x. Let's pretend it's x. So the amount by which x exceeds 50 is, well, let's find out what that is, okay? Let's find out what that is. The amount by which (65) exceeds 50. 65 exceeds 50 by how much? By 15. How do we find it? We took our 65 and subtracted from it the 50. The amount by which 65 exceeds 50 equals this amount, 65 minus 15. 65 exceeds 50 by 15. The amount by which 51 exceeds 50. 51 exceeds 50 by only 1. Or 51 minus 1. The amount by which 100 exceeds 50. 100 exceeds 50 by 50. How do we find it? 100 minus the 50. Similarly, the amount by which x exceeds 50 is simply x minus 50. And we are told that if we were to add 210, to this guy, our number x, so for our x here, and if we were to add 210 to it, we are told that the result obtained is, how do we translate that from English language to algebra language? These 4 words, the result obtained is. These 4 words are simply translated in the language of algebra, in the language of arithmetic, or rather mathematics, as equals. Is means equals. So the amount, if you were to add 210 to our number that you're looking for, if you were to add 210 to it, the result obtained is what? Is 6 times the amount by which it exceeds 50. The amount by which it exceeds 50 is right here. It is x minus 50. Voila, that's it. That's our equation. Once you have the right equation, the rest is very simple. The rest is very straightforward. We have to make sure that the equation itself is correct. Let's just solve the equation. It's very straightforward now. So 6 times x is 6x. 6 times 50 is 300. and then we have a negative in the middle, so it's positive 6 and a negative, positive 6 times negative 50 gives us negative 300, and on this side we have x plus 200. Now, if we were to bring this 6x from the right hand side to the left hand side, like we are supposed to, bring all the unknowns to the left hand side, we are told, always. If we were to do that, then we'll end up with a negative coefficient for the unknown. I don't like that. I like to keep my coefficient for the unknown positive as much as I can. So let's bring, instead of bringing this 6x to this side, let's bring this x to that side by subtracting x from both sides. So here we have a positive x. Here we have a positive x, here we have a negative x that drop out, and positive 6x and a negative x, this gives us 5x equals, and let's bring this 300 to this side by adding 300 to both. By adding 300 to both sides. So 300 plus 200 is 500, so it's 510. Now let's divide both sides by 5. If you were to divide both sides by 5, then x equals 510 over 5. 510 over 5. How many fives in a 5? There's 1 5 and a 5. How many 5s in a 1? 1 has 0 5s. There are no 5s in it. And that 1 goes and joins this guy, becomes a 10. How many 5s in a 10? There are 2 5s. So it turns out that 510 divided by 5 is 102. That's it, that's our answer, 102. The only thing that is left at this point, the last thing that is left is to make sure that our answer actually makes sense. We want to verify our answer. Let's verify it right here. Let's verify it. We are told that if we were to add 210 to it, or 210 to the answer that we claim to be the right answer, we are claiming that the answer is 102, and if that were the case, then if we were to add 210 to 102, we get 312, and according to the problem, this quantity 312 better be 6 times the amount by which 102, the amount by which it being, we just found what it is. It is 102. So 6 times the amount by which 102 exceeds 50. 6 times the amount by which 102 exceeds 50. 102 exceeds 50 by 52. So let's see what 6 times 52 is. 52 times 6. 2 6 are 12, carry 1. 6 5s are 30, plus 1 is 31. And what do you know? It does actually equal the amount by which, listen carefully, the amount by which 102 exceeds 50, 6 times that quantity does in fact equal 102 plus 210, which is what the problem told us. The problem told us that if we were to add 210 to this quantity that we were looking for, which we found to be 102, if we were to add 210 to 102, what we will have on our hand is 6 times the amount by which 102 exceeds 50, which is what we just found right there. It makes sense. The answer is in fact correct. That's it, we are done. That was the end of it. You have to find your answer and you have to make sure that you verify it at the end. Always verify your answer. It only takes a few seconds, as I always tell you, as I always remind you, to verify it. And it's a good idea to do. I will see you tomorrow on day number 198. Alright? Bye now.